I think we are on. Okay. Let's just check. Oh, we're on. Okay. Let's just make sure everything's looking good here. Job's gonna pin a few things. All right, guys, we're gonna get started in a moment. Just gonna go ahead and All right, guys, we're gonna get started in a moment. Just gonna Great. All right. We're here on Zoom. All right, let's jump into it. So, okay, start my scheduled event. So, hello everybody on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Writing Wednesdays, where the Brand Resumes team will be jumping on every week and delivering excellent and free resume writing and LinkedIn writing advice for any job seeker who is looking to improve their professional brand. So we have a few people joining in already. What's going on, Krista? What's going on, everybody? So the room is live on Clubhouse as well. And so the way that today's session will work is we will be doing free reviews. So you can stop by. If you're joining in through YouTube, go ahead and email your resume to team@brandresumes.com. And if you are on Clubhouse, we are going to get ready to jump into this in a second. We'll start with introductions once the room fills up a little bit. And we'll go ahead and jump in. And mind me too. All right. So anyway. Just sending some things out there. Oh, hey, what's going on, Marvin? What's going on, Dante, as well? Hope your days are going good. Hope you all are excited. This is the second week that we are doing free resume reviews from the Brand Resumes team. And so the way that today's session is going to work, and I hope you all are excited and looking to get your resume reviewed, is that we are also on YouTube as well. So if you want to check us out on YouTube to just see the live version, to be able to interact with us face to face, you can join in on the YouTube channel as well at any given point. Just go to the YouTube app and type in Brand Resumes, you'll see us live. But if you want to come up to the stage, give us a little bit more about your background, wherever you're at in the process, and then also email us over your resume. It's right, if you click on my profile, you'll see the email to send your resume to for a resume review. We'll be able to jump into it. So what we'll do is we'll start with brief introduction. So my name is Brandon Mitchell. I'm the founder and CEO of BrandResumes.com. BrandResumes is a tech-enabled career advancement startup where we help job seekers all across the world improve their professional brand and level up to get the careers that they're looking for. In 2020, we've helped more than 900 professionals across a lot of different industries, that being technology, finance, engineering, HR, legal, marketing, you name it. We have over 40 contractors who work with us, and this is what we specialize in. And so the idea is that, if you are looking, if you want to get some premium advice, you'll be able to do that. Now, I'm also going to let Noelle and Emily give introductions. They are on the YouTube. They're not on Clubhouse, but I'll let them take it away as well.
Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, as he said, I'm Noelle. I'm the manager of resume services at BrandResumes.com. I'm also one of our senior resume writers, but my role primarily consists of ensuring that our contractors and our customers have the materials and content they need to have a successful experience with brand resumes. So everything from training materials to, building partnerships and creating pathways for customers to thrive during their time with us, and just making sure that communication is clear and people are properly trained and have the skills they need to work with us and with each other. So that's my primary role, as well as writing those resumes for the clients across the various industries that Brandon mentioned. So thanks. It's great to be here and see you all. Emily, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name's Emily. I'm an associate resume writer with BrandResumes and a content specialist. So my primary role, aside from obviously writing resumes for clients and working with clients, I manage the BrandResumes career advice blog, which you can find by going to our site, which has different articles covering topics such as networking, LinkedIn, interview tips, resume writing tips. So if you've ever been to our blog, you've probably seen some of my work there. I also work directly with Noelle, with our writers and with our clients, and I oversee much of the LinkedIn development that our clients receive.
What's going on, Charisse? And thank you, Emily, for that brief background. The blog is amazing, and I implore you all to check out that at brandresumes.com/blog. And so, Charisse, A Star, what's going on? If you'd like to come up to the stage, we are here for an hour. We're going to be giving free advice, free game. What it will be, you'll just come on, give us a little bit more of a background about yourself. If you click on my bio, you'll see the link to just email your resume. We'll be able to pull it up and give some premium advice and guidance for you. So if you're looking to just get some advice from experts, that's what we're here for. What's going on, Shalimar? What we're doing is free resume reviews. So if you are interested in getting your resume reviewed by the BrandResumes team, just go ahead and click so you can come up to the stage. We're learning a little bit more about you. And then if you want to go ahead and email your resume over to us at team@brandresumes.com, we'll pull it up and we'll be able to give you some good advice. We're also on YouTube. So ping people to join this room if you know that anybody's looking for a job or anybody's looking to go ahead and get into something new. Bringing a few other people in here as well. So right now we're waiting for more people to join the room.
I'm pinging a lot of people in here to the point where the app told me I couldn't ping anyone else.
Are you also pinging people where it says their notifications are off as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about doing that, so I'll do that too. See if there's anybody on the YouTube as well. We got 2 viewers on the YouTube. What we do, I'll wait another minute or 2, and then I'll just pull up a resume for us to start looking at as well, just in the meantime. So if anybody joins, they can hear us. What's going on, OPJ? I hope everything's going well. What we're doing right now is free resume reviews. So yeah, I'm gonna let you up as a speaker right now. So we're also live on YouTube. What's going on, man? Doing good, doing good. So we're doing free resume reviews. So we are career experts. I'm also on YouTube Live with 2 of our teammates. And so if you're interested in getting your resume reviewed, looked at, we're gonna go ahead and pull it up and then go through it with you and point out any key things that you might be doing wrong or anything that you might want to look at. So are you looking for a new job this year? Are you looking to transition? Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a new opportunity. I'm trying to move away from my current role. Still at the same finance field.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah, we work with a lot of people in finance, asset management, wealth management. Go ahead and send your resume over to us so we can pull it up. And then we'll be able to look at it and kind of give you some feedback based off of where you're trying to go. Are you trying to stay in investment banking, or are you looking to pivot to like private equity? What are you thinking? Okay, for sure. Excellent. So yeah, go ahead. I have the link in my bio. If you're on your computer, just go ahead and just forward it or just email it over, and then we'll be able to pull it up. Sounds good. I think he's pulling up he's going to send it over now, and we'll be able to pull it up. So if anybody was on the YouTube joining, feel free to subscribe. We are going to jump right into it in a second and then be able to go ahead and give this review. I'm sure it should be coming in any minute now. Sure. What's going on, Ifra? I hope you're doing well. What we're doing is free resume reviews. We're about to jump into the first one right now. If you stick around, you'll be able to get your resume reviewed. So OPJ, I think we just got your resume. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and pull it up right now. And then I'm also on the YouTube live with Noelle and Emily. So if you hear any additional commentary or feedback, it's them giving advice as well. Right.
Okay.
And are you in the States, or are you in like the Europe, Middle East? That's nice. Okay. Here's just a little slow. One moment. What's going on, Nettie? All right.
We're doing live resume reviews. If you're interested, you can come up onto the stage after OPJ. We can get to your resume next.
Okay, so as I'm sharing my screen right now, and then we can go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so what do we have here? Zoom already. Okay, so this is one page. So that's the first thing I'm looking at. The first thing that I was going to assess your resume was based off of the page length. So the rule of thumb is obviously you want to stick to a one-page resume if you can. 2 or 3 page, 2 pages can work depending on your years of experience. But let's look at this. Okay, so I see that you have phone number, email, LinkedIn, which is relatively good. What's going on, Trevor? We're doing free resume reviews. Looking at this case, a professional summary, professional experience. That's really good that you have that, and it doesn't just say like work experience. A lot of times people will put work experience on their resume as a section header instead of it saying professional experience, which is one of those key things that I would definitely recommend. Now, looking at this resume, okay, so you have your education here, credentials, core competencies and skills, awards. Okay, so this is definitely a resume that I think just off the bat has a lot of the key things that I would look for in a good resume. I like your use of sectioning out the actual content, but let me see if I can find some things in here that I think are going to sticking out to me. So first things first, when it comes to the recruiters or hiring managers, attention to detail is one of the biggest things. And so from a consistency perspective, although this might seem very minuscule, you want to make sure that if you're going to stick with a consistent formatting scheme. So I see that at the end of most of the bullet points, you have a period, but there's 1 or 2 on here that you don't. And just from a consistency perspective, you want to make sure that you do that. So if you look at the first bullet point, senior analyst, right? Analyze companies across 5 industries, identify potential investments. You're missing a period at the end of that sentence there, but then you have one on the other side. So some small formatting things like that, I would definitely make sure that that's just like a basic check. But as I look into this, what's good is I'm seeing a lot of numbers and percent signs. And that's one of the key things that your eyes as a recruiter or hiring manager are going to go towards. So I see that you have across 5 industries. I'm looking again, I see you helped MTN Nigeria's $5 billion listing. So that's good, just off of a quick scan. What I would say that I would like to see is when it comes to the professional summary, I like that you highlighted the first, like you highlighted a little bit of the first sentence, but traditionally speaking, I think you can probably do that in just 2 sentences without having to just bullet out all of the different high level pieces there, instead of, and just having to be a seamless, 1 or 2 sentences. Well, I say 2 because you have 1. That's going to just deep dive into one of like a key differentiating factor about your experience. I like that you put that, okay, I've experienced across these separate industries, but the first thing that a recruiter is going to do is come to your resume and then go straight to your LinkedIn, and you can have that there as well. So I'm looking at that now. So intern, analyst, and so right now you're senior analyst, research and strategy, right? Okay. And have you put this out there just yet, or like, are you currently interviewing? Yeah, I will say this is a pretty decent format in terms of the way that it looks. And I like that you have you're hitting on a lot of the key things here. I'm looking for what's missing. Noelle, Emily, do you guys want to chime in?
Yeah, I have a couple comments. I agree. It looks really strong overall, and you have really good professional content. So like you don't have too many bullets under each professional experience. So that's really great. In regard to Brandon's suggestion about trimming your summary down, just make sure that whatever you take out is clear in your professional experience. So if that's known through your professional work, it doesn't really need to be in the summary, especially if that first initial sentence or two really highlights kind of the overall picture of who you are as a professional. But one thing I would be wary of is if that banner at the top of your resume, if that is an image or if it's a text box, that is not ATS optimized. So you're going to want to be careful about how that functions. So in a Word document, if that's a text box or an image, it's highly likely that the applicant tracking system will not be able to read that. So in that case, what I would do is just center your name at the top like you did and just don't have any color behind it. So it would just be like normal text around an 18-point font. And then besides that, this just goes with formatting. I would ensure that your spacing is consistent. So I'm really big on the formatting side of resumes, and I would just go and highlight it all. And when you make sure that it's at, a 1-point font, and then you can, adjust the spaces to fill the paper or add spaces between sections. But I think there's kind of some different spacing between titles and bullets in different sections than others. So I would take a look at that too. But overall, you have the keywords in here from my initial review that you would need. So I think at this point, it's kind of about making sure that it's really easy to read and follow and to see right away who you are as a professional.
Yeah, of course. Looking at this seems to be pretty strong, and I like that you have everything. You're able to fit everything. Sometimes I would definitely recommend to put your awards and memberships on your LinkedIn, and I'm sure it's probably on there as well. But I think that you were able to kind of fit everything. I'm sure you've played around with the font sizes just to go ahead and kind of get as much in there. And so, yeah, I'm just looking at some other small areas in which you can improve on. We said about the formatting. And then the rationale the only thing that bugs me just a little bit is combining the core competencies and the skills instead of having those as two separate sections. And I think that you probably did that because for just spacing issues. And that's what we're saying, that sometimes, although the awards and memberships is amazing, and that does paint a nice picture, is it as relevant as having those core competencies right at the top of your resume? Because again, if they have the LinkedIn there, they're always going to get to the awards and memberships. That's just like extra gravy, on top of your candidacy. But I would consider separating that out and having the core competencies at the top, and then just having your dedicated skill section so there's no confusion. Because what you're almost blending is soft skills and hard skills, which is not bad in the sense that they're on your resume, but how you go ahead and format that can definitely make it a little bit easier. And I would have that at the top. So again, if you're going to slim down the summary, you can come right after that with your core competencies, make it right front and center, and then keep the professional experience like you have it, and then eventually get into the skills, credentials, and education. And if you have space for awards, put it. But if not, the awards and memberships is great for the LinkedIn.
Also, Brandon, can you scroll up real quick on the resume just to see the top? Yeah, so one way you can actually save a line is if you take out the professional summary title and that line. If it looks like a summary and it's a paragraph at the top, they'll know what it is without a header for that. So that's actually one way you could save a line right there to make some room for those competencies. So that's kind of another strategy too, is not calling out the summary if it's in a paragraph format, they'll know exactly what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you put this out there, I'm not sure if did you put this together yourself, or did you pay a professional to work on this?
All the looking through Google and seeing different pieces of advice.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I think with those recommendations, and that's really, really good. I think that you compared to a lot of the resumes that we see, this is definitely a little stronger. So yeah, I would take those pieces of advice. And are you looking to stay in Nigeria, or are you looking primarily, or are you looking for jobs in other countries as well?
Yeah, I'm looking at other countries, specifically in the UK and Canada.
UK and Canada. Okay, excellent. Yeah. So we have your resume now. We'll definitely follow up if there's any additional insight or information that you feel like you might need, and especially as you put that out there after you make some of the changes, keep us updated. We definitely love to hear more about how this progresses over the next few weeks for you. And I would also suggest to, if you would like, we have a free ebook that you can grab as well. It's called 7 Secrets to Land Your Dream Job, where we go deep into the resume, but then we also discuss LinkedIn, salary negotiation, interviewing, and some other key topics that could be good refreshers, but also some information that you might not know. So I would grab that as well. You can get that right on our website. And yeah, definitely we're going to be doing these every week. So if you know anybody else who you might be looking for some advice, ping them in. And yeah, just keep us updated. We'll definitely reach out as well. But I hope that this was some pretty good feedback for you to take away with.
Yeah, about 7 different points to thank you very much.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. So we're gonna wait till we get someone else in, and then we'll go ahead and give some more reviews. That was good. All right. We're just waiting for the next person to come in, and then we'll go and get straight to it. We had a lot of people join in as we were giving that advice, but people also have to stick around. They're probably like, who's getting the advice right now? So I'm sure there'll be some other people jumping in to get some game. We'll be able to get them to stick around. Joel, if anybody does come in while we're giving the next review, just let them know to stick around. I think you said it once, so that if they are interested in getting their stuff. Yeah, I was on mute, but I'm sure you was able to hear me.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
And now that I'm thinking about it too, I'm wondering if, yeah, and I love that this is live, so anybody can tap back into this and watch the recording. But I'm wondering too if it could be good to potentially, instead of doing these live on YouTube, you know, be able to record, still record the video, maybe if it's not live, and then just simply chop it a little bit and then post it. That's kind of like back to backs. Hey, what's going on, Yemi? What we're doing is resume reviews. Okay, excellent. We're gonna bring you up right now. What's going on, man? Good evening. I hope everything's going good. Excellent. Yeah. So thanks for tapping in with us. What we're doing is free resume reviews. We are career experts, and I'm also joined on YouTube Live. We're with Noelle and Emily. You can't see them, but they are amazing career experts. So if you're interested, what we actually do, just shoot us over your resume at team@brandresumes.com. It's right up in my bio. If you click on my actual image, we'll pull it up, and then we'll kind of go through it with you, see if there's any key things in there that we can go ahead and help you optimize. But tell me a little bit more about yourself, like, you know, where are you located? What are you looking for? What do you do now?
My name is Gary Smart. I'm located in Lagos, Nigeria. I currently work in investment bank. I'm trying to transition to DFI going to government finance assistant. That's pretty much all I've been working on.
Cool, excellent. Yeah, I definitely have experience in asset and wealth management. I started my career at PwC in New York City, working with hedge funds, fund of funds, RIAs, the full 9 yards. So, and then I transitioned into becoming a full-time resume writer. What are the odds? So go ahead and send over your resume. We'll go ahead and pull it up, and then we'll see what's going on. What's going on, Irina? We're doing resume reviews. Oh, she left a little early. Yeah, so go ahead and send it to me. Yeah, so if you click on so it's team@brandresumes.com. If you click on my bio, it's the link right there. So yeah, you can go. Excellent. Sounds good. So excellent. All good. Yeah, just gonna, as soon as I get it, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Okay, I should have at any moment now, just refreshing. Okay, there we go. I just heard it come in. Took a little bit, but here we go. Okay, share my screen. Okay, all right. So I got it up in front of me right now. Emily, Noel, can you all see it?
Sure can.
Awesome. Okay. So first things first, let's take a look. First thing I look for is the page length. You have one page, which is good. That shows that you're able to condense information. Anything longer than 2 pages, absolutely not good. 2 pages is okay if you do have a decent amount of experience, or if you've had a lot of different jobs where you want to make sure that everything is captured there. So, okay, so we have work experience right off the bat. I'll make a small change and change the word work to professional experience. That's one of the small things that you can do to just show that you're a little bit more professional. It's not work experience, it's professional experience, everything that you've done, especially being a financial institutions coverage analyst. So I'd make that quick change. In addition to that, let's look at this. I don't see your LinkedIn in your bio. So I would definitely make sure that you include that. And another key thing is that you don't need to necessarily include your full address on your resume, unless that's a little bit of a norm pertinent to Lagos. But when it comes to like the international market, I can't speak too much specifically, I've only done a few international resumes, you would want to just put your city and your state, right? Because you don't want people to be able to look up your address and kind of judge you or give you any bias there. So I would maybe just put Lagos, Nigeria, and then also be able to put your LinkedIn URL in here. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Awesome. So I'll definitely opt to include that right into here as well, so that they can always click in there and get some additional information. So, okay, now let's look through the bullet points. So let's see what you got going on here. Participate in origination, structure, investment memos.
As you read through, I can comment a little bit because I was looking at some of them as you were providing some feedback before. I think ultimately there's a pretty strong foundation here for bullets. Like Brandon said before, sometimes we see resumes and then there's a lot to comment on. I would say you do a really good job of highlighting accomplishments, but there are some places where maybe you could tell us a little bit more about an impact on a resume. So there was one I saw before. I'm trying to think of an example for you, like just like any key impact. So after developing financial models to determine bankability, like what greater impact did that have? You know, obviously that's implicit in many ways and a reader will know, but those are key ways where you can show a little bit about that strong difference you made on the company that you work for. So like what was the impact or the outcome of every single thing that you accomplished while you were there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would just add in that some of these bullet points are a little short in nature. And there's actually a resume writing methodology that we follow, and it's called the XYZ approach. And so it's like, I did X by doing Y that resulted in Z. And if you think about it from that perspective, you're able to really articulate the impact and the outcome of what you've done. Because when you develop financial models to determine the bankability of transactions, I'm thinking, okay, what type of financial models, how many financial models, for what type of clientele, were these, you know, CPG companies or these healthcare companies? How many transactions? Was there a certain AUM? Was there a certain amount of, you know, can we quantify? And the thing that I think is lacking, it's a little bit better towards the bottom of your resume, but you're missing a lot of numbers and percent signs to actually quantify the impact of what you've done. And I think that that's something that can definitely contextualize your experiences and make it a little bit easier for someone to just get the bigger picture and not just, okay, this is what you did, but what's the wow factor, you know? And I think that as you look through this, that's what you want to be thinking in your head, like what is on here that's going to be like, wow, to someone, you know, because it's not just what you did, it's how you did it. And it's also what was the impact. And I think that's what recruiters and hiring managers are looking for. Last week when we were on our Writing Wednesdays and we're doing the resume, we actually had a recruiter in the building. So she was able to just comment and just piggyback on what I'm saying. But the numbers and the percent signs are very important because it just gives that additional context that that you might not have. But I do like that you have certification, CFA level 3. I studied finance and economics, so I'm very familiar with what that is. That's great. Okay, I see in view, so you're still in progress to kind of get level 3 done. That's big. I like that you have that on there because that's a keyword that you want to have in your resume because they might be looking for a specific CFA. Like they might be running keywords for give me any resume that has the word CFA in it. So that's good that you have that on there, even though it's not done just yet. I like how you listed your education. From a skills perspective, I think that one of the key things that when you think about skills, those are traditionally hard skills. And so I would like you to just introspectively look at what you've done, what tools you've used, whether it's like Bloomberg or if you use anything else to potentially put it as a skill, because you want the technical skills. That's what people care about. Python, JavaScript, you know, do you know any of that stuff? SQL, right? Those are the skills that people are primarily looking for. And I want to make sure that you have the appropriate skills on your resume and not just the soft skills like you know, credit analysis. You can argue that that's credit analysis. You can argue that that's a soft skill. So in a resume that we just reviewed for OPJ, he had a core competency skill set. So those are a little bit more like core competencies in a way where I would try and use the technical tools that you use as your skill section. Interests, we don't include them on resumes. I think those are great for a summary at the end of a LinkedIn summary because you really want to leverage your resume real estate so that you have the most important things on there for a recruiter or hiring manager to look at and say, okay, well, this is what's going to help prove your candidacy. Remember that the resume is your first impression, and that's really what's going to get you in the door. So you want to make sure that you're using the space appropriately so that when someone's looking at it, it all ticks and ties for them. So as I'm looking at this, even the volunteer experience as well. Yes.
Real quick for the people who just came in.
For sure. So what's going on, everybody? Tony, Courtney, Julie, Delushi. What we're doing is free resume reviews. So if you are looking to get your resume reviewed, by myself. Just let us know. Just stick around. We're going to be jumping to some other folks next. We're also on YouTube Live, and I'm also joined by Noelle and Emily. You can't see them because we're on YouTube, but they are chiming in and giving a lot of amazing feedback and guidance as well. So just stick along. We're going to be doing that. We're just finishing up with Yemi. So just listen into the advice because you might pick up something or a gem or a nugget that might be helpful for you as well. Yes, and then also if you click my bio, you'll also see the link, the email to send your resume to. Okay. So yeah, so Yemi, so just finishing up here, I think overall strong, but there's those key things, right? The numbers and the quantification. I would move your volunteer experience over to your LinkedIn, move interest to your LinkedIn, maybe double down on your skill section so that you have more of those technical skill sets that they're looking for. And then even move the placement of the skill section a little bit higher on top of education. So it would go skills, certifications, then education in that order. So those are some of the key things that I would make immediate changes on.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, of course. That looks good. And then just one other key thing, when I'm looking at the Meridian Risk Solutions, was that just 1 month that you were there? Because I only see like November 25th. Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. So okay, cool. Yeah, so that's another key thing, because you just want to make sure that you're getting ahead of all of the potential concerns. And that's like the key thing about being a smart job seeker. Like you're looking for any weaknesses or any things that a recruiter, hiring manager might question, and having your answers prepared ahead of time so that when you're getting in, when you actually get to the interview, you're prepared, right? And that's the main purpose. But yeah, overall strong. And like I was telling OPJ, we also have a free ebook. So go ahead and tap in and get that. There's a lot of amazing guidance and information. So that's just brandresumes.com/ebook, or I think there's a link in my bio to go ahead and get that. It's free. It's about 19 pages, a lot of amazing insights on resumes, LinkedIn's, interviewing, salary negotiation, and all that jazz. And what jobs are you specifically applying for? Just before you go, just so I know, is that like IB jobs, VC jobs? Like what were you specifically looking for? PE. Got it. Awesome. All right. Well, I hope that this was helpful. Ping anybody into the room that you think could benefit from a review. And we're gonna be doing this every Wednesday. So it's Writing Wednesdays. Follow myself, Richard, on Instagram as well. We got this going on. We're always posting career tips, insights, advice. And yeah, I'm interested to hear how your journey is going. So tap back in with us. And if you want to listen to some other insight and feedback, just go ahead and go on mute. Okay. Of course, no problem. DeLucy, what's going on?
I'm about to send you my resume.
Of course, excellent. Yeah, am I saying your name right? If I'm botching it, please let me know. Dalucci. Got it. Awesome. And tell me a little bit more about yourself. Like, where are you at now? What job? Where are you working?
I live in Nigeria. I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and I work as a pharmacist. So I'm a pharmacist.
Excellent. Awesome. And are you looking to stay as a pharmacist, become a senior pharmacist? Like, where are you at in your?
Actually, I'm not, because I'm not. So I'm currently taking some courses in data science.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Basically.
Yeah, the tech field is blowing up, and I think that you could probably even kind of merge your pharmaceutical skill sets with that skill sets as well, and that's like a really interesting mix and blend. Awesome. So yeah, just let me know once you've sent over the resume. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, and then we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Emily, you can't hear Emily. Well, you can't see Emily. She's on the YouTube. But Emily, do you want to just talk briefly about our blog as we're going ahead and just waiting for Dalucci's resume?
Yeah, of course, I'd love to talk about the blog. So for those who may not have seen our blog before, you can find it through our main website. And our career advice blog primarily covers topics within networking, resume writing, LinkedIn, interviewing, job seeking, and even internships for students. So we cover various topics within that. We actually have around 80 articles posted as of right now. So there's plenty of different articles. They only take about a few minutes to read, but they have a lot of really great advice for whether you're job seeking or you're looking for a promotion, you're hoping to get a raise, whatever it is you're looking to do within the job search or, your career, you could probably find solid advice on it on our site. Even for specifically HR professionals, we have our HR Corner blog, which we recently launched a few weeks ago, and that covers different topics within HR, such as talent acquisition, labor management, benefits, all of those topics. So my main job with Brand Resumes, aside from writing resumes, is overseeing that blog. On our career advice site, we launch new articles every Tuesday at noon. So there's always plenty of new content coming out, even if you're not seeing anything that's relevant to you right now. We're sure to have it soon. Brandon, he started the blog. He's got his own articles on there. We have articles from some of our resume writers. We've had some guest writers inquire about posting on our blog, and you'll see a lot of articles from me as well. So it's not just one or two voices or just one or two perspectives that we feature on our blog. We really try to feature a lot of different perspectives within different industries and from different backgrounds. So our blog really covers a lot, and on top of the services we offer, it's a really great resource for anyone in their professional lives.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Emily. And I hope you all tap in with us there. Follow the Instagram, follow us, and you can see the official Brand Resumes. But let's jump into this review. So I'm assuming this is your resume. I have it up. Is it 2 pages? Dalucci?
No, I haven't sent mine yet, so I don't think that's right.
So somebody else. So in the meantime, I'm gonna let Olu up. I think he might have beat you to the punch a little bit, so I'll let him up. But just go ahead and feel free to send that. I know you said that you're gonna do that. So how do I?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do it now.
Yep, no problem. So I'm trying to get him up. All right. Olu, are you able to? Okay, there we go. Olu, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so we got your resume up. Just give us a brief background on where you're at, what you're looking to do, and then we'll go ahead and give you some really good feedback and advice.
My name is Pelumi. I'm from Lagos. I'm actually Daluchi's colleague, or we're colleagues, like doing our internship.
Awesome.
Yep. So I'm a pharmacist, so I'm a photographer by the side. I'm really having problems trying to mix pharmacy and because I do not want to let go of any of them and my photography. Yep. So the resume I sent was for my pharmacy practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I'm also interested in data science. I've been doing a lot of reading and online tutoring for myself, but then I'm looking at getting like certified training from probably a school around or something.
Got it. Okay, excellent. Now, now you guys are a little far away from being able to pivot to data science jobs without having any type of background or knowledge just yet. So I know it's a little bit of a learning curve, will be a little bit of a process to just get that information and that insight. But in the meantime, would you want to have this resume to continue in this industry that you're in right now? Like, give me a little bit more information there. Got it. So it seems like you're a pharmacy intern. So would you be looking for like a full-time pharmacist job in the meantime?
I just recently finished my internship November, So November, December, I've been practicing photography, but I'm out applying for jobs like in the pharmacy field right now. So this is the resume I sent out.
Got it. And which job boards are you applying on?
Right here in Nigeria, it's basically community practice. That's community pharmacy that is more common. But I'm looking at applying at I think I've applied to a pharma tech company that into supply chain and retailing. They have like an app they use, like a retail app, but for drugs. So I applied to that company. Then I applied to basically I'm not applying for community pharmacies. I'm just applying for companies.
Got it. Got it. So not just specifically to be a pharmacist, but any pharmaceutical companies as well. Makes sense. That is a nice spot. All right, so let's go and jump into the review. So a lot of things that I would say we definitely want to fix is first things first would be you don't need to put your full address on your resume. That's something key because you don't necessarily want them to just go ahead and like search that up or know where that's at and give you a bias or judge you based off of where you live. That's a common practice in the Americas, and so you could just have like Lagos and then Nigeria there. So city and state is typically the way you want to format that. I also like that you have your LinkedIn up there, but you can actually get a customizable LinkedIn URL. So if you go in your profile and navigate to custom LinkedIn profile URL, you can customize it. So you see all those additional numbers at the end of your LinkedIn URL, you can get rid of all those and just have your name and it'll still link directly to your profile. That's just some key small stuff. But then when it comes to your resume, let's jump into the meat of this. There's a lot of feedback that I want to give you without going for 30 minutes about your resume. But jumping into it, you never want to start your resume with a skill section. That's not necessarily the best format because you want to think about it from a job seeking perspective and from a recruiter. What do they want to see first? So I would tend to start with either your summary, which I see that you did, but one of the key things that's missing in your summary is years of experience. And this reads a little bit more like a objective statement. So there's a key difference between an objective statement and a professional summary. A professional summary is more so that talks about your skill sets externally, looking at what the company is looking for. So you want to make sure that your resume is also targeted. So I know that you're applying for a lot of different roles, but having a good direction of maybe 2 or 3 or 4 job titles, and it might be a little bit hard to narrow it down that much, but you want to make sure that your resume is a little bit more targeted. And then an objective statement is more so talking about giving people like an idea of what your objective is, but the objective is to get a job. So you don't have to necessarily put like seeking to apply or to apply your leadership, like that's just given because you're applying, you know? So I would move to kind of slim that up, maybe put, even if you only have 2+ years of experience, 1 or 3+ years of experience, I would have that in there. And remove that last sentence or just refine it to maybe talk about a key value add that you bring to the table. And then move your skills section pretty much closer to the bottom of your resume. And what you have right now is those are all soft skills. So soft skills are things like communication, public speaking, resiliency, flexibility, negotiation. Those are all soft skills. But then there's hard skills, and hard skills is traditionally what people are looking for, because if you are applying for any professional job, the expectation is that you already have the soft skills, and that's essentially proven once you get to the interview phase. So I would move the skill section down, move the experience section up, and call it professional experience. You know, you don't have to just call it experience or work experience. Yes, call it professional experience. Exactly. Yep. And make sure that all of your bullet points are bulleted. I see that or maybe the way that it came through on my screen, they're not bullet points. But you want to make sure that those are all bullets, okay? And those are all lined up. Everything is teed up the right way. And if you want to talk about your experiences, you see how you have November 2019 to date. You can just put present. So that's just a little bit more of a common terminology to talk about where you're still working. You could just put to present, especially if you're going to be applying for any roles that are also outside of Nigeria Maybe if you're looking for any roles outside, that's just a little bit more of a common terminology, I would say. And lastly, as I'm looking through this, I really think that you can do this in one page. You know, I don't think you need 2 pages. I think you can remove activities and potentially put that on your LinkedIn profile. You could, you don't need the references. You know, if they ask, you can provide, but you could just have that as a separate Word doc, you know, in the back of your pocket. You don't primarily need that section on your resume. And then your, I'm not sure if this is a more specific thing to Nigeria, but if it's not, I don't think you need to put your primary school or your secondary school. I think it's okay to just have your university. Yes, so you can slim it down, you know. Again, you don't want to be judged by where you went to primary school or anything. So I would just remove that. You just never know, right? You never know. Even in the States, it's the same thing. And so I would slim that down and do this in one page. You know, I think you can get this on one page. Of course, of course. Yeah, and if you want to go ahead, make sure that you follow me, because even on Instagram, I post a lot of career tips, job seeking tips, things like that. And I'm definitely interested to hear how these next few weeks go. Are you actively applying now? Got it, got it. And just one additional question for you. So when you apply to jobs in Lagos, right? You said that is there like job boards that you typically go to and apply online, or are you typically going in person to apply? I'm just a little curious.
Based on information actually, because most of these places do not actually like put out like a public announcement that they're hiring. So if probably a friend knows probably or a manager in a particular content, okay, maybe you can apply to this place, then I send my resume. So that's how it is. Then when I send the resume, they call for an interview or a quick chat. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, so more relationship based. It's not as like you just go apply and just like wait and see. Got it. And primarily applying on the company website? Got it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we're also looking to have a big presence in Lagos this year. We're mostly a US based company, but we do have a few resume writers on our team who are based in Lagos. So that's something that we would be looking to maybe get some more boots on the ground. So you might hear a little bit more about the Brand Resumes brand there, because that's part of our initiatives. But that's awesome. So yeah, take that feedback. If you need any additional help or guidance, let us know. We can potentially help you out there. And yeah, I think that those are some key things for you to look into. Okay. No problem. All right, Delucci, were you able to go ahead and get us over your resume? I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go ahead and. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and pull that up right now. Yes. So Danielle, Ashley, we're going to be doing this every week, and feel free to also get our ebook that I have right on the website. Please feel free to listen in, follow me. We're doing this every week, and we're going to try and optimize it for next week as well, because it seems like in an hour we can only fit about 4 or 5 of these in, but I want to be able to do more. So just go ahead and do that, or if you'd like, you can still send it to the email. We'll go ahead and potentially schedule a one-on-one with you as well. We also do 15-minute consultation. So if that interests you, just go ahead and email over your resume, and we'll go ahead and reach and send you a Calendly link to book a 15-minute session where we'll get on the phone with you and talk a little bit more about it on a one-on-one basis, especially if you're looking to kind of apply to some new jobs soon, or if you're looking to just figure out what's wrong or what's not working for you. Just feel free to just go ahead and send it and just let me know. We'll send you the Calendly link. But we're going to go ahead and pull up Delucci's resume. Okay, so I got it pulled up right now. Emily, do you want to go ahead and take this one and give some good feedback? I'm going to share my screen in a second.
Yeah, I can get us started on feedback.
Awesome. Everybody can hear you.
All right, so right off the bat, I'm noticing the difference in the fonts for your name. And formatting and consistency on resumes is really, really important because it shows attention to detail and that you took a lot of time to do this. And that's really what hiring managers and employers want to see. Even I'm noticing in your summary, you're using direct pronouns, which isn't the standard. Normally we say third person, stay away from personal pronouns, but not the biggest deal. Brennan, can you scroll down a little more too so I can see more of the bullet points? Okay, so your bullet points I think can also be built upon. It just at a glance, it seems like they're very responsibility based instead of achievement based. And it's great to show what you have experience in and what you've done, but employers also want to see impact. So if you can ever add any quantifiable data or something like that to show scale or any greater impacts that you were able to have in doing these responsibilities, it shows that not only are you able to do it, but you're able to do it well. And it'll show hiring managers that you can do the same thing with them at their company.
Yeah, I think Delucia, you said you have a quick question? Yeah, so when it comes to trying to find what are some impacts or what are some achievements, you can look at it in terms of, are there any, let's say, projects that you might have worked on? I know you've been an intern at some places, maybe some places you worked a little bit longer than that, but were there any key things that you did that you went above and beyond? Were any key things that you might have created a new process or a new way of sorting, I don't know, of sorting the medicine or some new schema of way of doing something that led to a positive impact or a result? And if you can quantify, then that's amazing, saying, okay, well, I came up with this new way of sorting the A through S prescriptions in a way that, you know, sped up the customer delivery so that when customers came, their stuff was already prepackaged and pre-thought out, and that improved, you know, customer service, or just like it decreased people being inside of the pharmacy by X%, you know, or like X minutes, you know. That's just a quick example that I made up, but just giving you an idea of how to think about ways in which you can provide impact and get people to think. And because the thing is that you want to give context to what you've done. It's not enough to just say dispense prescription medicines to the public. So even if you take that bullet point, right, like you can expand on it and say, okay, well, like, is that something that you did daily? Is that something like, what type of public? Were you serving, you know, everybody, or did the pharmacy specialize in just elderly or middle age, or were there certain types of, you know what I'm saying? Like there's ways in which you can, even if you can't truly quantify, you can at least give a little bit more context so that when somebody's looking, it's like, okay, she's worked with this, she's worked with that before, and they kind of get it, you know? And when it comes to the skill section, the same advice that I gave Olu, the skills that you have are all soft skills, right? Inventory management, problem solving skills, interpersonal skills, great adaptability. Those are great for the interview and also for the LinkedIn profile. But when it comes to the resume, if you could put any hard skills, and I know in your industry, it might be a little hard, but I'm not sure if there's any systems that you use. I see you have MS Office Suite. That's, you know, it's a basic one. So QuickBooks is, that's I think that's an accounting software, unless there's another software there. But if you use that, that's another, that's another, but that's good. If you have experience in that, I would put that on your resume. And again, same information. I think you could do this in one page. I think your format is not the best. We have a free resume template. So if you get our ebook, we have a template in there. So you can see like a better way to just format this, because you're losing a lot of your resume real estate, is what I like to call it, which is essentially you're using too much, like you're condensing the information to where like you have a lot of white space on the left and right. And I think you could better optimize your font sizes and your spacing so that you can do this in one page. And it'd be nice, it's clean. You could probably reduce the font size a little bit too. It's a little bit big words, but those are some key things that I think you can do this in one page. You can clean it up. And then as you get this new skill set in data science, don't be afraid to add in, the Python or the JavaScript or the back and front end or any of these frameworks or anything that you're learning eventually once you actually get there.
Okay, thank you.
No, of course. I think you guys have the right vision, and blending the data science with the pharmaceutical skill set, you guys are gonna be unstoppable.
Thank you very much.
So go ahead and go to, I'm just gonna make sure it's live. So I believe it's brandresumes.com/ebook. So so it's brandresumes.com/ebook, and you'll have the link. You'll see a free ebook. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right in. Let me see if it's in my bio. Let me just. Okay, so the link is not there. So I'm gonna update my bio right now, and then you can. You found it? Okay, great, excellent. So I implore everybody to go and get the actual ebook. It's right at brandresumes.com. If you go there, you scroll down, you'll see it. Or if you just go to brandresumes.com/ebook, the ebook is free. It's 19 pages. We put it out late last year. It's amazing. It's called 7 Steps to Land Your Dream Job. And it gives you all the practical guidance that you need to know to go ahead and just crush it. And especially if you're looking for jobs. So yeah, Delushi, Olu, I really think you all are on a great path. So just go ahead and take the advice and the feedback that we gave you. If you're interested in having us help you a little bit more intimately, just let us know as well, because we also do that as well. That's what we do as a company. We work one-on-one with people to do it for them. We write the resumes, LinkedIn profiles. If you feel like you can't do it yourself, or if you just want a professional to kind of look at it and go ahead and assess it, just let us know. We do that all day, every day. But start with the ebook, look at that. And if anybody wants to get a free resume consultation, just a one-on-one with myself, 15 minutes, we give you a call, we'll pull up your resume, we'll give you the same advice, just on a one-on-one setting. Just let me know, go ahead and just DM me on Instagram. We'll set up, I'll give you the Calendly link. We'll do a one-on-one, and I'll pull up your resume, just give you this information, and we'll be able to take it from there. But no, this was excellent. I think we're able to do 4, if not 5 today. We're doing this every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. So even if you weren't able to get yours done today, come back next week. We're going to be having this session every week. Follow myself on Instagram. I'm posting a lot of content. We're doing a lot of different things, and just overall tapping with the brand. Absolutely. So I will hopefully see you all next week. Also follow the club. That's another key thing. Follow the club, the Brand Resumes Career Advancement Club. So if you click on my bio, if you scroll down, you'll see it. I'm going to invite you all as well to follow the club. If I can figure this out. I feel like I've been on Clubhouse for a month and I haven't figured out everything. Yeah, so click on the greenhouse, join the club so you're notified when we're doing new events and things like that. And yeah, just go ahead, like I said, follow us, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.